Good morning. New York State Racing Pari-Mutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, Section 102, provides that the New York State Gaming Commission shall consist of 7 members appointed by the governor by and with the advice and consent of the Senate. 4 members confirmed by the New York State Senate are necessary to afford the commission an ability to establish a quorum and undertake action. This present meeting of the commission is now called to order. Ms. Secretary, please call the roll.
John Karate.
Here.
Peter Machete.
Here.
John Baklimba.
Here.
Barry Sample.
Here.
Jerry Skurnick.
Here.
Todd Snyder.
Ms. Secretary, please have the record reflect that a quorum of qualified members is present, thus enabling transaction of business. Chairman Snyder.
Minutes of the commission meeting conducted on January 22nd have been provided to the members in advance. At this time, I'd like to ask if the members have any edits, corrections, or amendments. Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Madam Secretary, please note that the minutes have been approved. Next, we'll have the Executive Director's report. One.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to address 3 items: the lottery's new website, National Problem Gambling Awareness Month, and a major race day upcoming at Aqueduct. First, this past Wednesday, the division of the lottery launched this new consumer website, a platform that will provide lottery information and relevant content to consumers. The new website, which remains at the same address, www.nylottery.ny.gov, represents the first top-to-bottom overhaul of the lottery site in 8 years. New enhancements include optimization for mobile usage, improved navigation, enhanced search functionality, and improved user tools. Secondly, as you are all aware, March is National Problem Gambling Awareness Month. In recognition, the Responsible Play Partnership, which consists of the New York State Gaming Commission, the New York State Office of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse Services, and the New York Council on Problem Gambling, announced a series of initiatives, including the 4th public service announcement aimed at increasing awareness of the state's additions referral Hope Line, which is administered by OASIS. We have also finalized plans to extend the state self-exclusion program to include traditional lottery and lottery subscription programs, and we continue to review the original Problem Gambling Responsible Gaming Plan submitted by commercial casino licensees to ensure that properties meet their goals and our expectations. Also, as we have done in the past several years, the Division of Lottery is promoting National Problem Gambling Awareness Month and the Hope Line awareness through messaging and signage at 17,000 lottery agents throughout the state. Finally, the Commission has instituted mandatory responsible gaming and problem gambling training for all our employees to ensure we are all better informed on the issue. I would also like to call to your attention the day of racing upcoming on April 7th at Aqueduct Racetrack. That day, I will be carding 5 greatest stakes races: the Wood Memorial, Carter Handicap, Gazelle, Bayshore, and Excelsior. The 94th Wood Memorial is part of the Road to the Kentucky Derby Prep Series, worth 100 qualifying points to the winner. I know that several members of the Commission also serve on the New York State Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund. I'd be remiss if I failed to mention that 3-year-old New York-bred filly, Midnight Disguise, is likely starter in the Gazelle. Midnight Disguise is owned and bred by Dr. Bill Wilmot, who has been a long-time member of the Thoroughbred Fund.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Ron? No. The next item on our agenda is rulemaking. New York State Racing, Pari-Mutuel Wagering, and Breeding Law authorizes the Commission to promulgate rules and regulations that it deems necessary to carry out its responsibility. In that regard, the Commission will from time to time promulgate rules and rule amendments pursuant to New York State Administrative Procedure Act. We have one item for consideration today. Ron?
For Commission consideration is a proposed restriction for employees of vendors of commercial casino licensees. As you may recall, there are statutory and regulatory restrictions on the ability of licensed casino employees to wager at casinos where they work, or an affiliated licensee and a licensed casino key employee may not wager at any commercial casino in the state. Employees of casino vendor registrants who have responsibility for services to a commercial casino are regulated in a manner similar to casino employees. Such employees must qualify for registration under the standards for qualification of a casino key employee. Thus, such person should be subject to the same wagering restrictions given the appearance of impropriety. Revised rule language was provided to the commissioners that would restrict the ability of a vendor employee from wagering at any commercial casino in the state where their company provides services. Staff recommends that the commission authorize the proposal of this rulemaking.
Any questions on the proposal? May I have a motion on the proposed rule?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Adjudications, the next item of scheduled business regards adjudications. Today we have 2 announcements and 5 items for adjudication. Ron, can you...
On July
First minute?
On July 20, 2017, the Bureau of Licensing issued a notice of license suspension and ordered the immediate temporary suspension of the lottery sales agent license of A&T Grocery, which is located in Brooklyn. The notice indicated that the suspension was for failure to comply with the Commission's instructions in regard to licensed activity and for fraud, deceit, misrepresentation, or conduct prejudicial to public confidence in the state lottery. Specifically, the notice indicated store personnel had tampered with instant lottery tickets. Following hearing, a hearing officer submitted a report dated February 23, 2018, recommending that A&T Grocery license be revoked and that the period from the date of initial suspension to commission decision be considered a suspension of the license. The commission considered this matter at a meeting conducted pursuant to the judicial or quasi-judicial proceedings exemption of New York Public Officers Law, Section 108.1.
The commission duly deliberated and considered this matter and determined upon a unanimous vote to sustain the hearing officer's report and recommendations. Ron?
Given common ownership of the 2 licensees and identical sets of facts in each case, I'd ask permission to present both in the matter of KP Deli Corporation and in the matter of KAP Fuel and Food Inc. together.
Randy, please proceed. Thank you.
On September 13, 2017, the Bureau of Licensing issued a notice of license suspension and ordered the immediate temporary suspension of the lottery sales agent license of KP Deli Corporation, which is located in Staten Island. The notice indicated that the suspension was for fraud, deceit, misrepresentation, or conduct prejudicial to public confidence in the state lottery. Specifically, the notice indicated that store personnel discounted a winning ticket presented by a customer. On September 19, 2017, the Bureau of Licensing issued a notice of license suspension and ordered the immediate temporary suspension of a lottery sales agent license of KAP Fuel and Food, Inc., which is located in Staten Island. The notice indicated that the suspension was for fraud, deceit, misrepresentation, or conduct prejudicial to public confidence in the state lottery. Specifically, the notice indicated that the store personnel at another location owned by the same owner as this location had discounted a winning ticket presented by a customer. Following a hearing officer submitted a report dated February 13, 2018, recommending that each license be revoked and that a period from the date of the initial suspension through commission decision be considered a suspension of the licenses. The commission considered this matter at a meeting conducted pursuant to judicial or quasi-judicial proceeding exemption of the New York Public Officers Law, Section 108.1.
The commission deliberated and considered this matter and determined upon a unanimous vote to sustain the hearing officer's report and recommendations. The next is our Gourmet Deli.
Yep, on September 15, 2017, the Bureau of Licensing issued a notice of license suspension and ordered the immediate temporary suspension of the lottery sales agent license of our Gourmet Deli Corporation, which is located in Brooklyn. The notice indicated that the suspension was for fraud, deceit, misrepresentation, or conduct prejudicial to public confidence in the state lottery. Specifically, the notice indicated that a New York State Department of Taxation and Finance investigation found illegally stamped cigarettes at the store. Following a hearing officer submitted a report dated February 23, 2018, recommending that the agent's license be revoked and that the period from the date of the suspension to commission decision be considered a suspension of the license. The commission considered this matter at a meeting conducted pursuant to the judicial or quasi-judicial proceedings exemption of New York Public Officers Law 108.1.
The commission deliberated and considered this matter and determined upon a unanimous vote to sustain the hearing officer's report and recommendations.
On March 8, 2017, the Bureau of Licensing denied the application of Ricardo Giustiano for gaming employees registration in connection with potential for employment as a cage cashier at Del Lago, citing Commission Rule 5305.2C, which refers to the standards set forth in Racing Parimutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, Section 1318. Following a hearing officer submitted a report dated February 20th, 2018, recommending that the denial of Mr. Justino's registration be upheld. The Commission considered this matter at a meeting conducted pursuant to the judicial or quasi-judicial proceedings exemption of New York Public Officers Law 108.1.
The Commission deliberate and consider this matter and determine upon a 4-to-1 vote to sustain the hearing officer's report and recommendations. We have two others, Milo, and Couch Street. Two?
Yes.
Okay. The next two items regard matters considered by the Commission at a meeting conducted pursuant to judicial and quasi-judicial proceedings exemption, Public Officers Law 108.1, and whose final determination has already been declared to the appellant. Ron?
First is the matter of Milo. EV Racing Stable and AJ Racing Stable each requested a hearing following a steward's decision to void EV Racing's December 17, 2017 claim of the horse Milo from AJ Racing. Following a hearing, the hearing officer submitted a report dated January 24, 2018, recommending that steward's decision to void the claim be reversed and the horse be returned to EV Racing Stable.
The Commission, having considered this matter at a judicial, quasi-judicial proceeding, announced that it had agreed on a 6-0 vote to adopt the hearing officer's recommendation to reverse the steward's decision to void the claim of Milo, but rejected certain of the hearing officer's findings and conclusions.
Next is the matter of Catch-22. EV Racing Stable also requested a hearing in relation to the steward's decision to void their December 17, 2017 claim of the horse Catch-22 from Louis Lazanaro, LLC. Following hearing, a hearing officer submitted a report dated January 24, 2018, recommending that the steward's decision to void the claim be reversed and the horse be returned to EV Racing Stable.
The Commission, having considered this matter at a meeting held on February 6, 2018, and conducted the judicial proceedings exemption of Public Officers Law 108.1, and announced that it agreed on a 6-0 vote to adopt the hearing officer's recommendation to reverse the steward's decision to void the claim of Catch-22, but rejected certain of the hearing officer's findings and conclusions of law. Is there any old business? No? Does anyone have any new business? No? And the next issue, or final issue, is the scheduling of our next meeting. Kristen will be in touch with us on that. But we have a tentative date of what, April 23rd?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And if everyone could check their schedule to see if we have any issues with that, and let Kristen know.
She's one step ahead of you, Mr. Chairman.
Everybody always is.
I'm sure that's not true.
And that concludes our public agenda for the day. Do we have any items or anything else anyone wants to present? No? Hearing none, we conclude our meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.